Assalamu alaikum. Uh, Hope everyone had a good time during the last few days of their holidays and hopefully looking forward to 2026. I thought of instead of writing a WhatsApp message, thought maybe I will record a video just sharing some thoughts how we could improve the quality of our life, uh, not just in the next year but in long term. Sorry. And um, and so I wanted to just share some suggestions. Hopefully if you listen to this video until the end, hopefully you will get some very important things out of it, and you might even share it with others. Hopefully it will benefit them as well. And and I thought about these things for a very very long time, and looking at how it could actually help me as well. So these are some things that I reflected upon for a long time. So uh, if I look at all of us, if we look at the things that are causing us to have difficulties and challenges that people are facing in their day-to-day life, most of them are concerned with health related issues, both physical and psychological. And either it is people facing health challenges personally, but more commonly, if you're young, others, maybe parents, uncles, relatives, children having different health related issues. So that's the most common. The second most common challenges people are facing is related to relationships, like relationship between spouses, maybe with parents, siblings, and in-laws and parents, children. So those are the two set of most common problems people face in their challenges. Most of us are not facing serious financial problems. Most of us are not having difficulties finding food for the next day or stuff like that. Uh, so but if we look at where we prioritize or focus on most of our attention, it is actually on making sure that we have a sufficient income. We want to get every opportunity to earn more. We of course are very thoughtful of, as you are, whoever is in 30s, 40s, 50s, thinking of how to save money so that when we retire we have some savings, we have a house, and or we have money for our children, right? So that's those are our thought process. We, many of us, are working towards that thing. And very few of us are thinking, well, I mean, I just focus on what I just need right now. When I retire at 60, we'll see what happens. I mean, that's not our thought process. But as far as our health is concerned, we feel that we don't need to do anything extra, beyond certain minimal things, and everything will be fine when we reach or hit 50s, 60s, and 70s. And if you look at the likelihood of that is very low. Vast majority of people will face significant chronic diseases of diabetes, heart diseases, neurological diseases, and more importantly, you know, frailty, weaknesses, joint pains, back pains. They will, gradually increase by the time most people will hit 50s. And by 60s and 70s, the percentage of people who will be suffering from these sicknesses will increase to almost 70 to 80%. And there are two reasons why we don't take much action on it. We are taking certain things, but many of us are not giving this priority. And there are two reasons for it. One is we feel that I, personally, I am going to be an exception, and somehow I will be fine. I can just not do anything extra, and those other people are going to have this problem, not me. So I'm just fine, right? I mean, so that's one thought. The other thing, thinking is, well, I mean, it just it's purely up to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And whether I do something or not, that's not change anything. If it's gonna be written for me, it's gonna happen. I really cannot make any impact to the outcome of those things. So why try when you can't change anything? And what I want to just summarize is both of these things are wrong. And uh, and so uh, what we need to realize is we have a lot of agency to affect how we will get a quality of life better when we hit those later ages. We have, as the science or research shows, like 92% of your health outcomes are driven by your lifestyle and your mindset. And so you can make tremendous impact on the outcome of this thing, and everybody has a lot of agency. So so this is really really essential that everybody realizes that your actions at any point in life will affect how it will turn out. If you don't take action, you're taking huge risk. It is possible that you will not do anything and you'll be fine. That is possible, but likelihood of that it not happening is very high. So, the most important thing I want to emphasize is to take this very, very seriously. That you need to give this thing very high priority. I'm not talking about days. I'm talking about decades and decades of your life that will be affected. Whichever age right now, your focus on your health uh, is most important thing that will help you and the people you love. Okay. And one last thing is that this benefit is not limited to when you hit 50, 60, or 70. Every day that you will improve it, your quality of life will gradually improve. Okay. So I just want to emphasize the importance. Now, what actual concrete steps you can take to put this into action? So I'm gonna lay down few things that it's a great time right now as the new year is starting, or any point, is to really think about it. Okay. And make some concrete decision that this is important. Everybody has to, in their own mind, have to make a decision that this is really important, okay, for me. Don't be like somebody like this. Give example of an ostrich that it buries their head in sand pretending that the lion cannot see it. Okay. So simply not thinking about it doesn't, these things doesn't go away. Okay. So what you can do to achieve and improve the outcome of your life and well-being. Okay. And the fact is, your experience of life in terms of your emotions and your feelings are actually have a huge dependency on how you are physically feeling. Okay. because your brain and your body are all one system, they're all the same, and your thoughts are just coming out of your brain. Okay, so it's really important to improve that physical well-being of your brain and your body. Okay, so one thing everybody needs to realize is we need to perform uh, physical activity. And what I mean by that is you need to put your body under stress for a short period of time. That is what we say exercise. For example, when somebody or anyone suggests of running, okay, swimming, cycling, or anything, you need to have your heart breathe heavier. Okay, you need to feel discomfort for short period of time, which will force your body to get stronger. Okay, if you are just walking at very advanced age, it might be sufficient. For vast majority of people, simply walking is a great step but not sufficient. As I mentioned, we are not satisfied with just having a minimum wage work and not saving anything. But in health, we feel that we can just do minimum and we'll be fine. Okay, and this is not true unless you put small stress to your body. uh, it just gets weaker and weaker, because why would your as you age, your naturally will get weaker until you are stressing your system to get stronger and stronger. Okay, but so this is done practically by having some goals. If you just say okay, I'm gonna exercise, practically it's very difficult to put that in practice. But if you say, okay, if you make some commitment that, okay, by 2026 I will if you have one thing I will just give you example of running is, people, just when I ask somebody, okay, whether you should run, oh, I can't run. That's the first thing that pops up into so many minds. And if I say, if a wild dog chases you, will you tell, you will just stand there and say, oh, I can't run, or you will actually run? You will run. Okay, so for vast majority of people, when they say I can't run, it's not actually correct. What they could say, yeah, I can't run 10 miles, I can't run 1 mile, that's fine. But for most people, they actually can run. By just this example, maybe you can run 10 feet. Definitely you can run 10 feet, right? So you can start with low, but you can easily increase that 10 feet to 20 feet to 100 feet. Slowly you will be able to increase. So this is the uh, this is the principle, that whichever you have to do some exercise, doesn't matter what, and it has to increase your heart rate. Whether you want to walk uphill briskly, that forces you to breathe heavy, or you start running short distances and increase it, but have a target, challenging target, that not achieve right away, but at the end of the year, you achieve, like signing up for 5K or 10K. And you may think, oh, I can't run, how can I do 5K or 10K? 5, you actually can. Thousands of people without ever running are able to achieve it. So it is not a question of you can't do it, you have to decide to do it, and you will be able to do it. Okay, so that's the first thing, is committing to reach some goal and working towards it. It will excite you to achieve it. Alternate is to play some sports that you're already playing, and that will meet the need. But what happened with many people is that when they don't have the opportunity to play, they don't do anything, or they only play once a week. It's not, again, it is not enough. Ideally, if you are eating every day, then you should exercise every day. Okay, if not, at least 5 days. And the other excuse most people make is, oh, I don't have time, I'm so busy, I have this and that. But again, there's several times in one week where we spend so much time, we do have a lot of time, we don't do it. Most people have 2 days of, weekend or something. You Why don't you spend extra time on the weekend doing exercise? Go longer during the weekend and do less on the weekdays. So, or most people have dinner like, okay, 7 o'clock or something, and then they put their children to bed, or they have something else, whatever, different people in different situation. Between then and when they sleep, which is 10, 11, 12, they have hours there. All that time is just most of that is just, if you think about it, you're not doing anything. You can exercise that time. Who tell you that after half an hour of dinner you can't exercise? You can. Nothing happens. Okay. So, or when you wake up a bit early and then first exercise and then do something else. I mean, there's just so many things. So for 99% of the people, time is never an issue. It's the problem is, it's not a priority. We feel that it is not necessary for me to do it. Okay. What I'm trying to emphasize is, it is extremely important for you to do it, and continue do it until, uh, you reach your older age and you are still be able to do it. So that's very important. The second part of health is to increase ability for weight. So, briefly, doing either body weight or actual weights, and this is applicable to both women and men. Okay. Many Muslim women think, oh, what, Muslim women doing weights or something? But why not? I mean, where is this thought is coming from? Is this not? Don't confuse it that this is un-Islamic or stuff like that. No alim will tell you that, okay, Muslim women cannot lift weights. It doesn't. There's no concept like that. So it's very important. What happens is that, like, look at my, like, 99% 90% plus percentage of women in their 60s, they are very weak. They have joint pains. This is not inevitable. That's what I'm trying to say. If you uh, exercise and increase your muscle strength, not size, muscle strength, you will be much stronger in your 60s, okay, 70s. But starting now, many Muslim women in their 30s are unable to do, something very simple. So it's really important for both men and women. If you don't put stress on your muscles or on your heart, they will naturally get weaker and weaker, especially as you hit 50s and 60s. Every year after 40s, your strength drops by 1.5 or 2%. And you may think this is very less, but it adds up. It really adds up unless you do something about it. Again, you may say, oh, I am exception, nothing will happen to me. But it might be, but you are taking a huge risk. Vast majority of people will get weaker and weaker as they grow old, but it is not inevitable. You can reverse it and make yourself stronger and stronger. So those are the two things, and you do it slowly, increase slowly. Start with body weight, but the most important thing about both exercises is that you gradually increase. You have some target in 2026. Okay, that, for example, just like running, I'm going to do 5K or 10K. Okay, I'm going to do 20 push-ups by the end of this year, 10 pull-ups or something. I'm just even if you can't do one, you will be able to reach that slowly. Just add more. For other younger people, they can say, okay, I'm going to do bench press equal to my weight. Different things, you slowly gradually increase, you will feel better, and it will be good for your health for long term. And for the parent, they will be a practical example for their children. If you don't do these things, what are you telling your children? That this is not important, right? I mean, what message you're telling your children? So this is very, very important. The second thing I want to emphasize is nutrition. Okay, food. So many people are now becoming conscious, and they go on diet, but the focus, most people, is losing weight. Okay, as long as I am not fat, then everything's fine. I'm very healthy because I am thin. But this is incorrect. So many, well, vast majority of people from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, in their 50s, they are getting diabetes. They are very thin. They are having heart conditions. They are thin. Okay, it's not just that people are overweight and having these problems. Okay, so thinness doesn't mean that you are very healthy. Okay, and losing weight is not the doesn't mean that you are healthy, eating healthy. You have to eat nutritious food. Okay, you have to really nourish your body with healthy food. I don't want to go in technical details about that, everyone can find out. But instead of just not focusing on losing weight, first make sure you are getting healthy nutrition in your body. So that's a very, very important thing. But of course, you want to reduce unhealthy food intake. Okay, uh, so there is some certain things that you want to that becomes very you have to take practical measures to achieving it. So certain things I will just quickly point out is some of the easiest things to do in this regard is not just wake up and then blindly eat breakfast if you haven't done anything, right? So try to exercise something and then have a healthy breakfast, and really dig into finding that something, like, according to majority of doctors, like, orange juice is not very healthy. Juices are not healthy. You may like it, just reduce it or not drink it, because it becomes pure sugar because you have removed all the fiber. Anyway, I'm just giving an example that just many things we think are healthy are not healthy. So eat something doesn't have any added sugar, or just just juice or something like that. So again, I won't go in a lot of details, but make sure you're having variety of food, especially vegetables, some fruits, protein, those are things. And then in the dinner, enjoy your food. But so that's the easiest way to control food. um, what else? Okay, so, and this applies to your children also. Again, this is some you know uh, that we feel that, okay, for children they just can eat anything and nothing will happen. This is incorrect. Yes, they are not that much affected by additional, but remember, what you will notice is some of your children will get chubby and increase weight, some will not. Okay, different children, but every children will benefit from healthy food. Some children will not be affected by unhealthy sugary food, but some will. So to be careful, serve healthy food to your children. Okay, and the easiest thing to do is only bring healthy food to their house. Okay, if you have only healthy food, they will eat healthy food in the house. Okay, so it's really important to have good healthy food in the house and only enjoy those things in occasionally, occasionally. Okay, so that's thing from the healthy food. The third thing I will mention is um, if you or somebody you know is overweight, okay, you know, it is, and you are not you are not old, I mean you are still in your 30s, or 30s 40s, I highly recommend looking into these weight loss drugs called GLP-1s. They are extremely uh, you know uh, beneficial, not just for losing weight, but they have done incredible testing. They are beneficial for heart, beneficial for blood sugar control, beneficial for your brain. So these are incredibly good drugs. Okay, and there might you might feel something, oh me, if I people find out, no, it is, think about it, take it very very seriously. You don't want to be in your 50s and 60s, or try not to be, and very heavy. You will have a lot of difficulties. Even if you're doing certain things now, you will find it very challenging as you grow older to continue those things. So it is extremely important at younger age, in 30s 40s, to take these consider these things seriously. You will, whether you're men or women, if you are, if you're overweight, you should take this great opportunity. This is an incredible type of medicine. They have found positive outcome for other things that they were not meant for. Okay, so that's really important. Don't just postpone it, think it very seriously. The fourth thing I would like to highlight, and this is something that has many many benefits, but I will highlight, I will mention what this is. So uh, what we have done is we try to, in our general life, we try to avoid discomfort. Okay, and and there are many many negative consequences of it. So I will mention those things, and I will tell you why they matter. So for example, um, we try to avoid cold. Okay, oh, I don't like to feel cold. But this repulsion and avoidance of just any cold, what will happen is that as you, again, as you get older, you will become less and less capable of handling any cold. It will limit your abilities to function later in life. So the outcome of this, when people say, oh, explore, cold shower, do something, it is not just for the fun of it. The benefit is that you feel capable of deciding to voluntarily taking, you know uh, uh, you know doing something difficult. You will feel not about the physical benefits, for example, of exposing yourself to cold, but you will have a mental capability. You will feel confidence that, oh, if I decide to do something, I will do it. This is extremely important. It will build your confidence to take much much bigger challenges. Okay, so take these things seriously. Once one of the wudus you do it with cold. After taking warm shower, turn slowly to bit colder water. After a few weeks, you will be able to take cold shower. And this is just example of cold, but I want to broaden it to all different things that we are preventing. And what happens is, so many of the diseases that we are talking about, people are suffering, are our immune system is attacking our body. This is the most common. So all these diseases, the one common thing is inflammation, where our immune system is hyperactive because it has nothing to protect us against. Okay, So when we expose ourselves to discomfort like cold, like hunger, we get we get much stronger. So in 2026, have challenge yourself to slowly and gradually expose yourself to different challenging things. Physically challenge yourself to go from daily fasting to 3-day fasting. So all these things are very, very important. Try to achieve these goals,